Ladies and gentlemen, I just gotta say it right now. This is some bullshit, okay? I don't know who watched this Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury fight, but it really wasn't a damn fight. It was an attack. Francis Ngannou basically dominated this event. From the pressure to the pace, to the athleticism, to the defense, to the fear. I mean, Tyson Fury's eyes were in fear after he got hit with a nice left prior to the knockdown. I was telling everybody when we were watching it, y'all watch, he's going down. He's scared now. You could see Tyson Fury was scared to death because he knew Ngannou was too fucking much. And he was. Tyson Fury had nothing for him. And they could fight 100 out of 100 more times, and Francis Ngannou's gonna whoop his ass 100 out of 100 more times. Can anyone else not see that? Can you not see how much of a different level of fighter that Francis Ngannou was over Tyson Fury? Francis Ngannou showed you what it's like to come from the top echelons of sports. And what do I mean by that? Well, think about the last 20 years of the world's history. What in the world were you training to be if you were a fighter? If you were coming up in the world in 2010, 2008, 2014, 15, if you're training, getting ready to come up onto the scene, what sport were you going to pursue? What was the hot thing? What was the hot shit for you to go after and fight in? The UFC. Nobody gave a fuck about boxing. They haven't given a damn about boxing for a damn long time, especially here in the United States of America. And even though Francis Ngannou is not from America, we have a pretty damn good empire known as the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And if you wanted to be a hot shit fighter in this country to get the glory and the glamour, you pursued an MMA career. And that's where all the talented fighters in the last 20 years have went and pursued. And to be Francis Ngannou, to be a dominant heavyweight in the UFC, you have to be one bad son of a bitch, because you got a lot of people coming to take the same spot you're crowning. Meanwhile, in boxing, you don't necessarily have to deal with that problem. You just have to be big and have some kind of amazing boxing skill. But look at this. The same Tyson Fury that was out there in that ring, if he was facing Tyson Fury, but the athletic version, who do you think's gonna win? The athletes haven't been pursuing boxing. The athletes ain't located over there. The athletes of fighting are located in MMA. And if you're not an athlete, you don't make it. You get gassed. You get overpowered. Just like Tyson Fury was. And this ain't a shot at him. I ain't no skinny sumbitch either. But if you're going to be a badass fighter on the top of the mountain, when you finally come across the person that is you or a little bit better and a little bit quicker and they are athletic, they're going to run you off the block. And that's what Francis Ngannou's been dealing with his entire career, because all the athletic fighters have been going to MMA. So that's what I saw. I saw an athlete get in the ring with a man. The man was scared to death when he felt the power and knew that it was going to keep on coming. Anybody could see that look in Tyson Fury's eyes. He had that look in his eyes that same round prior to the knockout. Go look at it. And in the third, there's a nice little left that he hits Fury with, kind of bobbles him, and his eyes shook. His eyes changed. He went from confident to scared. And it was over. The only thing that saved him was the venue that has a fight coming up for the actual championship that's featuring Tyson Fury as the draw, and they don't want to kill the draw. That's why that happened. If Tyson Fury, scorecard-wise, is a loser, it's definitely over. They at least tried to save that. Anybody with two eyes, though, knows that that fight ain't worth seeing anymore, because we just learned how the real fighters ain't in boxing. The athletic fighters, combat athletes, you want to call them that, that's a good word to come up with on the fly. The combat athletes have not been going after a boxing world. They've been going after the MMA world, which is dominated by the UFC, to get all that glory and glamour, to fight in Vegas, to be the headliners. All you got to do is show up in UFC, the contracts, how they work it and all that. That sucks. It is good or bad or whatever, but you still have an opportunity to work yourself up to where the boxing world is just so scattered. You could at least build a name in the UFC, and that's why a lot of people went over there to pursue it. You didn't have to work with the promoter and all these bullshit politics that the boxing world has to deal with. But now I think it's going to change. I think you're going to have a lot more combat athletes headed your way because they're seeing the big money that y'all been making all these years. Francis Ngannou is going. He's going to take over the boxing world, and he will become the champion because he's just a combat athlete, and y'all don't have too many of those. Y'all got Joshua, but Ruiz put him down. Are we going to talk about athletic again? So anyways, that's what I think, ladies and gentlemen. I think the man got robbed. I think it's crazy. I think it's bull. And I think that's what happens when you're used to real competition and you go into a playpen. Similar to like if you took a dirt racer to Indianapolis for the first time and let him get in a good car. He's probably going to win it. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's going to happen. A driver named Kyle Larson is probably going to show up to the Indy 500 and dominate and win that event next year because he's used to racing in the dirt world. And that's where the best drivers in the world are located. So it may be a step down in glamour, but it's a step up in ability. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Like it, comment below. I'm obviously not a combat guy. That's just what I think. Hopefully you can handle it. And if you can't, just like Trump, I don't really give a shit. Like the video, comment below, and as always, be sure to subscribe. Catch you next time. This is how we ride. This is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. Bright lights with no shades, letting her go, letting her rip, letting her fly, tossing her in sideways, living the life, letting her ride, outside winning to die, cross her up on the cushion, crossing the line, cause some drama and